Hi, everybody. Good to see everyone. Um, okay, maybe you should just type the full name so I know what to say. Sorry, I don't like getting people's names. Okay, enrich. All right. Okay, and forget the act bit. Okay, lovely. Thank you for joining. Just gonna bring. Uh, Hi, Toyin. Okay, I just sent you. I accepted, but why isn't it letting me accept your request? There we go. Hi,
Hi.
I just accept and just misbehaving, but
Great.
it's good. Yeah, good. How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Should we give because we said 6:30, maybe just give them another minute. I see some people are already
Yeah.
on. That's good. Just a little time. Hi everyone. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
joining. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is we come on twice a month to um it's a space where when we come on we have siblings, siblings of individuals who have autism spectrum disorder, or just autism as it's known, or even intellectual
Mm-hmm.
disabilities. We bring them, and like I say every time, it was born out of project. I realized that siblings are just siblings. Nobody has really listened to them as if to hear them out, how they feel, how they felt, what they would
Mm-hmm.
love the society, the environment to know. Just give them a voice, a place to say it as it is. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
what this is all about. I've never met Toyin physically or in person, but she's followed us, and here she is.
Hi.
Um, so what's going to happen is going to prompt her if there's any need to do that, and as usual, I would interject if there's a point that I would like for her to amplify, or just to make her thinking more visible, because sometimes we just have these conversations with close friends or relatives or people that they're very comfortable with, and so they really don't know what to tell the rest of us. Okay, so we will just encourage her, and then feel free to ask questions. If you have any questions, it will be good, and we'll be around for like 40 minutes to an hour, depending. So, Toyin, I'll let you take the floor. Just introduce yourself, your sibling, and we'll take it from
Okay.
there.
So,
Go on.
hi everyone. My name is Toyin Oduniyi. I don't think I need to say my age. Well, I'm 24 years old, and then I'm an author, a
Mhm.
blogger, and also a content writer. So I have a brother, a 21-year-old brother with autism, and well, he's actually right there, but I don't want him to come here. But well,
Okay. Sorry, guys.
hello,
Is it me or is it you, Toyin? Is it my own?
sorry.
No, go on. I was wondering whether it was my own internet or yours because it seemed to have frozen or it was just rolling a bit. So just go on. So you have
Yeah,
a
I
21-year-old
do.
year-old
And
brother who's got all.
well,
Yes.
he's non-verbal. He doesn't speak much, but we're moving through it. He loves to play piano. He loves to do crossword puzzles. And then, well, this is not about him. It's not entirely about him though. But yeah, we're very close, extremely close. And I actually spoil him a lot. I noticed that like most of the time, the things that he does, like I always let him get away with it, and it's very bad because, well, they need discipline, and I'm not very strong at that. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not about him. What happens when you talk about your sibling is that you give people like a little background so
Yeah.
they know where you're coming from. Do you understand? Obviously, he's a younger brother. Somebody is 21. That's the same age as my daughter, who's also got autism. So for 21 years, I can imagine what's been going. I can only imagine. So let me take you back a little bit. So since he's younger, so at what point did you or did you sort of think that, oh, my brother isn't responding to me? How I think oh, hang on, they're just both of them. It's just you and
No,
him.
I have an older sister, an elder. Sorry.
Right, so it's just both of you,
No,
right?
I have an elder sister.
Oh,
Yes.
an older sister. Okay. Okay, lovely. Okay, so three of you. So it would be good to have your sister's perspective as well if she wants to come on sometime. Because what I found is that siblings actually see these things, differently. But I was just wondering, so your older sister, yourself, and then him, right? So oh, that's me. Okay, that's nice. So let's know when you want to come on. So Toyin, let's let's take you down a bit. At what point did you notice? And then when I say different, I use it in quotes. That there was some that he wasn't like relating with you how everybody else would, or there's that difference at about what age?
Okay. I always say this. I don't really remember my childhood like that. But I remember Toby being different because he wouldn't like sit in class, and then we all went to like same primary school, and then you just see him walking around the corridor, not in his class. So, well, the head teacher was my mom's friend, so she won't like she'll just let it be. Do you get like no one to like cause trouble? But like it was just going on for a while. In church, he won't sit down. Then and there's some behaviors at home that he would just do, like walking on his toes. He used to work on his toes when he was younger, and then just hitting himself, all of those like, sorry to use the word, like weird, unusual things. So well, I think I can't really remember exactly how my parents found out, but I know that after he left our school, he went to Patrick's Speech Center, Mrs. Dutton school. So I think that's when I just started noticing that okay, like he's different, and then like that he had autism. So yeah, I think it was just all those very weird behaviors and all. So that's when I found
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So the thing about it is that again, I'm looking at his age, thinking about it. Okay. Then we we didn't have what we call differential diagnosis like we do
it. Mm-hmm.
today. So he probably had a lot of people who thought he was odd, especially as he wasn't speaking. Okay. And so how did that make you feel when other people found him um to be, like you said, weird, or like looking at you, oh, what's wrong with your brother? Did he ever cause a scene? Let's just go there. Did you ever cause a scene that made you like, oh my gosh?
There are so many. There are so many. I think younger, I can't really remember. I know that like we used to have like, I used to be much more like outspoken about like personality wise, but like growing old, I think he actually changed me because I became like really shy and then not wanting people around me. So then we used to have like friends over, but like I started getting really what's the word, conscious about him. Even when like my parents would come for visiting day and then like he will be around. I was like, okay, why did you bring him? That kind of thing. I wasn't like very, very comfortable at that point. But I think it's just with age you understand things better. Because I know when I was younger, I would let my mom like take care of him. Like most, I would not really want to understand. But like now, I think maybe because I've grown older, it's like better. Well, I remember I think there was this time went to ShopRite, wanted to watch a movie, and then went to the mall. Sorry, it's not ShopRite. Went to the mall. So he had this. He wanted to take something, and then he's not good. I don't know. He doesn't take like sugar. He's not allowed to take sugar. And then Toby knows that if he's like around me, he can do anything. Like he knows that I would easily like just let anything go by. I'm not like my sister. I'm not very firm. I'm not very disciplined. So he like wanted to pick out the thing. I'm like, no, I've already bought you your stuff. You have to wait. And then he just starts like hitting himself there. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I saw my juniors from school and they were so embarrassed. And I'm like, okay, why are you doing this to me? Why can't you do it at home? Like when nobody is there? Why are you doing it like in the presence of everyone? So like well, I just got used to it basically. And then I know that like things like this will always happen, like meltdowns. Like there's no way I can control it. I mean, maybe I can, but I'll just try. I've just gotten used to it that things always happen. So I think I'll be tougher.
Actually, like when you saw your juniors and things from
Yeah.
secondary school, so did they come in your
Yes, they were
direction?
directly in front
Not,
of me.
they were just looking at
They were
you.
directly in front of me. So like
Okay,
it was,
and you.
it was so embarrassing. It was like my mates and everything. I'll just be like, nah. But like my juniors was so uncomfortable.
Okay, so did you think in that moment first did they ask you what was going on? If they didn't, did you
No, I
offer an
didn't. I mean,
explanation?
I was embarrassed. I would like want to like explain more. So, and like they were not like my direct juniors, like 2 years younger. So just be able to just say
Mhm,
something.
mhm. So there's those really embarrassing moments. So is that probably the same reason why when maybe you stop having the friends and everybody come over to the house, or if they did come, like friend, just go and stay somewhere?
What? So I didn't hear you. I didn't get that.
No, okay. So I said, so those
Yes.
embarrassing moments, you know. So is kind of the reason why people coming to see you at home was now limited, or
Yeah.
if for those that even came, you didn't want brother to be around you guys.
Um. When like younger, I know people used to come and then just like whenever they come, I'm usually very what's the word? What's the English? I choose the people that come to my house. Like I just feel like they might not really understand. There are some friends I have that haven't been to my house because I just feel like they might not really understand, and then they being like confused about what's he doing, and then it's not make me uncomfortable and just make the situation like really bad. So I just really pick the people like that come to my house right now. Like not everybody, because I don't want my brother to like be exposed to that kind of like behavior. If they don't understand, I don't know, but like luckily all of my friends understand. Like most of the friends that have been to my house, they understand like okay, Toby gets meltdowns, he gets a little bit hyper, so like they really get. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so did you have enough information or knowledge to explain to people, like your friends or anybody else, what was going
Yeah,
on?
I think I started this. I mostly told, especially my best friend, Toby, like when we were in secondary school, I told her that okay, this is it. Toby's a little bit different and all of that. So I try to explain it more. And that's the reason why I actually started my blog. I started talking about this so that like when they come, they're not like very confused, or I try to like prep them. That's the English. So yeah, I mostly tell some of them that, especially people that are sleeping over, that okay, Toby wakes up at like this time and then he just misbehaves, so like just get used to it. I'm so sorry, I apologize in advance. But yeah, so that's just it. I prep them.
Okay. So after prepping them, did they become more
Yes,
accepting
yes.
of the situation?
I always myself like having
Do you
supportive.
think they became more accepting of the situation after you prepped them?
Completely. I have this
Ooh.
friend, Christiana. She's very close to Toby. Like, I think he even has a crush on her. He's just very close to her, and then like she gets him, and then like it's not just weird whenever she comes over. Like friends like her, my other friends, like so they after I tell them about it, they understand that okay, this is how it is. They're not just like scared or confused. So yeah, they accept it. So that's just mostly it. Hello? Hi. Yeah.
Sorry, hi, sorry, hang on 1 second. Can you hear me well? Because the internet seems to be running. I'm trying to figure out where whether it's from me or from your end. The internet.
Afraid about
Okay,
this.
we'll just carry. Okay, so no, it's okay. It will be. It may just be me. Sometimes this. I'm going to. I hope I don't lose you, but I'm going to try something. How do I do this? Just hold on. I want to switch up. Can't you?
I'm
Where
right
are
here.
you? Okay. I'm I've switched it to a different one. Sorry everybody. Okay, let's see if it's me now. Okay, still okay, so like we're saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Uh-huh. So some understood and some others just didn't. So, but did you lose any friends from just this situation? Did anybody stop being your friend? Hi everybody. We're having a little bit of so yeah, are you there? Hello. Hello. So yeah, are you there? Oh dear. Sorry everybody. Hang on a moment. It's
Right here.
I'm sure she'll be back on.
Yes.
There you are.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
We lost you
I'm
briefly.
terrible.
So did you? No, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's internet
Always
wahala.
stressful.
So so did you as a result of this lose any friends? Or did anybody stop being your
Not that I know about. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think anybody stopped being my friend. Except if, like, growing older, you will
Mhm.
always be friends with like everybody. There are some childhood friends that I have that I'm no longer close to anymore, but I don't think anybody stopped being my friends. And I always say that all my friends are always so supportive. Like I don't think I've heard anybody complain about Toby. So yeah,
Mhm.
lucky for me.
So yeah, so it's more of like if you're my friend, you accept everything. You accept my brother. You accept the whole
Yes.
family as it is. Right? Okay. Okay. So carry on. So what are some of the things that you've seen happen in 21? Well, like you said, you don't get a lot of the childhood, but let's say think about from your teenage years. Okay. What are some of those things that you see with your brother, if in terms of relationship or what he's doing, that you think either has impacted you positively or negatively, that you want to share, or things that could have
Oh,
happened
okay.
differently?
So I would say so I wrote a book. Let me start with that. I wrote a book called The Highs and Lows of Having a Sibling with Autism. So I'm not to everything there's a good and a bad side. So with Toby having another last name is Toby by the way. He's like having someone different and having someone that can't really like talk like that. So it just helped me out, and then with patience and everything, I I know for sure I'm a very patient person. I try to like understand things. There are sometimes when he's just looking for something, I'll try even if I don't understand what he's saying, at least I'll try my best. So that really helps me out in like, my communication, understand people better, and then well, apart from that, the difficult part is that like we live with uncertainty. You cannot not just feel like everything will be okay. There'll just be something wrong, really, because there's sometimes it does seem that everything is going to be okay. Toby's going to sleep very well, and then like he just surprises you, and then he doesn't sleep. So it's just some things I'm still
Mm-hmm.
trying to get used to. But I really I'm so grateful because God did this for me, because having him just helped my character. I mean, I think some of my friends can agree that I'm a good person and that I know how to situation. So I'm very
Mm-hmm.
grateful for that. And then also help like in discipline. I'm still trying to be disciplined with my brother. So he's so like I'm a sweet tooth. I love everything like I love junk food. So every time I like buy something, I keep it in my bag and then he goes to take it and I just let him be. So I'm just trying really, really hard, like to just tell him that no, you can't have this. Like this is not what you're supposed to get. You have your own. You have chips and everything. So I'm just like trying to get the hang of it. I mean, not everybody has everything figured out in this raising a special needs
Mm-hmm.
like person. Like you have problems, but
Yeah.
there's some things my mother is
Yeah.
still trying to like get used to, and then there's some things I'm still trying to like get used to. And yes, let me talk about habits. My little brother has very weird
Mm.
habits that drive me crazy. I don't. I I'm very sure. Okay, she's not here, but like I always complain to a particular friend that what is wrong with this boy. So he goes from like there was this particular time he used to pick out like bottle covers, all these little bottle covers of Fanta, Coke, and then he would just gather them into like the room. Then he moved from there to like cutting paper, like pieces of paper. We just keep them by the side of his bed. And then now what we're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
is cutting clothes. Toby, I don't know. He loves colors, so he just he doesn't care a particular clothes if it's his own, like if it's my own, he will just tear it and then he will just keep it by his side. And then it's just a bit difficult. I know that he's trying to be creative, but like you're spoiling our clothes for God's sake. Like calm down. So I'm still trying to like deal with that. I mean, like there's sometimes I always get upset with him, like really, really upset. But I think it's that my own, whenever I'm upset, I usually just cry. I'm not a kind of person that'll just start like saying bad words and everything. My go-to for anger is crying. So like it's just a bit difficult, but like they're just sweet things he does, and then like yeah, I'm used to it.
So that him. so what I'm hearing is that, all the emotional burden, that first we've gone from the place of being embarrassed, now just, trying to manage your being upset. So so now if you think about that, being upset, for instance, okay, is it really, really, when you think about it, that you're upset at him, you're upset with him, or you're upset with the autism that
Well,
is in
I think
him?
it's everything. Upset at him, upset at God, especially the autism part. Just all the weird things and all the unusual things. So yeah, just but I'm trying. I
Everything.
advise
So
anybody to just try to, if they have like a special needs person around them, they should just try to like deal with their anger, because these children, they will do things that will annoy you to the core. My mother's go-to for anger is just singing worship songs. After she's upset, she'll just break into a worship song. But like, you need to find ways to like just deal with your anger, because they will drive you crazy. But yeah.
so you're sort of at the point where, like, oh my gosh, where did this autism come from? Can't you just go away and let us
Uh,
live in peace and harmony and
yeah,
all
because
whatnot?
when I was younger, I forgot to say this. Like with Toby, I originally thought that he had something stuck in his throat. I didn't know that it was autism. I just thought that okay, like he can't talk, so he just had something stuck in his throat and everything. So I told my friends that, like when I was in GS1, I told some of them that, but like I didn't know it was like after like GS3, I just got to know that like okay, it was autism. So I mean, I used to hope like that it will go or whatever, but like I mean, people are living with it, people are like succeeding with it. So I guess my brother will still get to that stage. I mean, has no care, we're still like, I mean,
Mhm.
we've gotten used to it, but in the past, I used to hope that to just go, and then one day we'll just pick up that he's not hitting himself, he's not being naughty, he can talk, but like, yeah, I've just gotten used to that right now.
So what are some of the things that you have tried or your parents have tried in terms of, so he's non-vocal, he's not speaking, but you know, to sort of get him to communicate? Are you still in the place where, so for, like we say, if he's hitting himself or whatever is engaging in, is a form of communication, trying to tell the environment what he wants, how he feels.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So are there things that you're doing to sort of help him communicate in a better way? Do you understand? Rather than, or are we still at the place where we're praying and hoping? I mean, I believe in miracles as well,
Um.
but that, like you said, you wake up and you hear
Yeah.
his voice. Walk us through that.
So I know that in the past we used to use flashcards. I think like where we still had like a therapist, but like now we don't. Toby is big enough to like say what he wants. Like he mostly uses like phrases like okay, he wants something, and then he'll just repeat the word. Like okay, let's say he's hungry and he wants rice, he just says rice. But now we're trying to like make him talk in sentences. Like don't just say that you want like rice. Like okay, he'll just say rice. Like no, still say I want to eat rice. Can I have some rice? That kind of thing. So we're still trying to like build this vocabulary and everything. And then the school he goes to, they're like really trying hard for that. So yeah, we're still trying to figure it out. So that's just what we're trying to do. He understands like phrases, but like, and then like basic things like, okay, go and get me the broom, go and get me this, but like, we're still trying hard to like use vocabulary and everything. So yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to self-help skills at that age, okay, so how is that? Growing up, it probably was a lot for either your parents to do, your mom especially, or your sister. So what kind of did that place on you, or does it still have
So I
on
didn't
you
get that.
guys? So his self-help skill, like dressing
Mm-hmm.
up, having a bath, growing up, when he was much younger. It probably was a lot of work for all of you. So how did that make you feel, seeing that this had to be done, and how, how has that gone?
So having, like I said, like younger, I can't really remember so much. My mother used to mostly handle most of the things, follow him around and all of that. Um, especially when it comes to like church, and then with school, I'll have to like look after him like after school, like while the driver isn't supposed to like go back home. But like now, I think he just,
Mm-hmm.
well, he knows how to do things himself. I think that's why my mother took him to like a boarding school. Boarding school actually really helps, especially for like boys, because like he thought that he could just do things himself. Like now, Toby knows that okay, when you wake up, you're not just supposed to like go and get rice or something. Start sweeping, do something. Like it just helps like with independence. So I think boarding school really helped us out and everything. Especially when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
like hygiene. I know
Okay.
that I'm used to like say, okay, keep an eye on your brother as he's bathing. But like now, like we don't need to do that so much. And well, even when it comes to like going out, like you can go out to the estate and go and play on his own. I don't need to follow him. So yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So him being on his own, doing stuff for himself, or going outside, do you get worried that something bad, all those
I
sorts of
get
things?
I get confused all the time. I get worried. Especially like okay, well not really like outside, but sometimes there's just that sibling like what's the word? Protection. Just want to like protect, like, hey, what's he doing? Where is he going? But like, I know I can easily just see him outside, but most of the time I get worried. Especially when he went to like his first boarding school, I think I cried because I was just wondering, okay, how are
Mm-hmm.
they going to take care of him? Like, do they know that he likes rice? Like, do they know like all these things about him? And mother would have shown me that, oh, like they are
Mm-hmm.
professionals and anything, but I'm still like, well, like, what if something bad happens? Like, we can't trust all these people that work in schools and everything. What if they have something bad going on? So so like I just really get worried.
All that.
Yes, so
So moving through not knowing, then the embarrassment stage, and then you're now like protective, and then you're angry, all sorts of
all sorts of
experiences.
emotions. But I think it's mostly like protection. I'm very protective about my brother. I am so even like with at home and everything, I have to like fight for him. If anything goes bad in the house, the first person they call is Toby. And I'm like, but what if he's not the person? Like he cannot defend himself, but like what if not the person? That kind of thing. So I'm not really protective about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really about like what people say. So the first time we were working like to get something, and then there was this guy looking at him, like Toby was smiling at him, and then the guy just kept on like, what's wrong with this one? And I asked him and I said like, excuse you, like don't talk to my brother like that. So I think it just helps me. I need
Mm-hmm.
to just be the mom and the sister at the same time. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are your concerns for him? What are your concerns as a sibling? What are
uh,
your concerns?
so mostly I'm scared of the future. I feel like sometimes I may not be able to like, I know my parents won't be there for a long time, and I know that like children with autism can grow older, you can be independent, but sometimes I worry that okay, my brother ever get to get married, will ever get to like have children, and then the person that is going to marry, is she going to have sense? That kind of thing. So I'm just worried about the future. I'm worried like if I can't like make it, like how is it going to like affect both of us, and then about the future, and then about my own partners. Like whenever I look for like a romantic partner, I'm just like, is this person patient? Like can this person understand my brother? Like that kind of thing, it scares me that okay, the person won't be able to understand, and then when he comes around the house and then it's just difficult. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about like not being able to cater for him, not being able to like financially and also like mentally, as you grow older, there are like concerns, but it's just everything mostly about
Mm-hmm.
the future, and then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
about the future. It's-
So when you after you think of all of that, And we're in an environment where right now the government isn't helping. Are there things that you wish um, sh- could happen or should be happening? So you look at the government, yes, but are there things that, even for individuals, are there things that we think we can,
So
do?
I I can't really blame the government, but at the same time I blame the government because there when you go abroad, like to other countries, you see that they take care of these children really well, and then it's mostly like all these, I won't say entirely free services, but yeah. But like in Nigeria, I think there are like efforts put in place to like help people like him. But taking care of a child with autism is very, very financially like taxing. Like you have to deal with therapists, his drugs, everything. Like it's so much. Like you're not just dealing with someone that goes from, is different. And then I don't really think that the government puts a lot of attention on it. But like, I mean, I can't expect Nigeria to
Mhm.
do that because there are so many things that they still have to do. So yeah, I feel like they should, you know, um, be more serious about it and needs help, like putting things that can help like parents and also like teachers. Like apart from like parents, teachers also try a lot, like all these therapies, the efforts they put into, like I remember this particular therapist my brother had, Auntie Nancy. She was very patient. Like Toby would stress her life, and then she's always like, "We have to do this." Very, very calm. So I feel like there should be, more efforts put in place to help like them and also families and also like therapists and then yeah, I feel like sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we've looked at the emotional part of things, that you go through all that stress and and controlling your anger and your temper. Then a little bit of your socials, but talk about the social aspect. Okay, what can be different for you?
Different as in how?
So you think about, I mean, we talked about your friendships earlier. Okay, so when you come down, you're both older, 24, 21. So what impact does having a sibling with autism have on your social life, your whole social circle?
I mean, I'm just generally shy. I'm a very introverted person. Not very, but like um so people that don't know me, I'm very, very shy. So mostly with having living with autism, I try as much as possible to just, I'm trying to go back to like my former, what's the word, personality, where I was very outspoken and all of that. But it's very difficult
Mhm.
because I just like everybody I meet, I just have to like explain that, oh, I have an autistic brother. That okay, this is it. And so then it gets draining. To be honest, I'm having to explain that. So that's one of the reasons I actually like put out my blog and I'm always talking about this, so that you know that okay, if you're entering into my life, just know that I have an autistic brother. Don't come and like stress me out the most. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just, and then like I said, it also helped me out like communication and everything. Like I understand that some people cannot talk. Like communication can take place in like so many ways. So it just helps me out like with social cues and everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, help my social.
So why do you why do you feel that there's a need to tell people without them asking, I presume, that you have an autistic
Because I feel
brother?
like eventually, like you find out, and I don't want like I want people to understand that's where I'm like I'm not very very open, and then like most of the people I meet, they're like,
Mhm.
okay, let me come to your house. This one, like, okay, let's go out and everything, and then it can just be difficult for me. So I just like to try to explain to them this particular person I had like in my life that used to like invite me out. And I'll just say that okay, it's not possible. Something like because like we don't in my house, like my mother is not around. My sister usually she has this media job, so they're always like hands on. So I have to stay with him, and then like
Mhm.
you know, if mommy is not at home, Toyin has to stay, and then like, well, I want you to come to my house and then disrupt my peace and my brother's peace. So I'm just like, it's just I tend to like tell them that, okay, just take it easy with me and just be patient. Like, you get to understand these things that, yeah. So now I'm just very grateful. Some of my friends even understand that, okay, if I'm going for a sleepover or something, I know I don't have to like spend so much time out because they're expecting me at home. So that kind of thing, I just want to let them know so I don't have to like, not just for their own good, for my own good. So I don't want to be stressed out. So yeah.
So it's sort of like indirectly, because your brother has a limited social circle and social life, you're also impacted. So now your social circle and your life is also
Yes.
really
Yeah.
limited. So I always try to think of why that is with siblings. Or maybe, like I said, maybe my own people haven't really thought that far with their sister. Because I just keep wondering what, so the sibling takes over the care role and all of that, and it's also hampering theirs. So just help us understand. I just always keep trying to get my head around
Okay,
it.
you're trying to say that like me being my brother's friend and then me losing some of my friends. Is that what you're trying to say? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
I
you know,
under-
you know that,
Toby,
that link.
I understand that mostly. Toby, come and say hi. You don't say hi, so say hi.
Hi.
Very good. That's very, very good. Okay, as I was saying, well, I understand that like he won't mostly have friends like now that he's like he doesn't really have friends now. And then as for me, like I said, I didn't lose any friends. I can't remember like losing friends, but I get that not everybody will understand, and there are some people that just take things like as a joke. You can be saying something about like, okay, my brother hits himself sometimes when he's overwhelmed and everything. Some people just start joking like, oh, before this person start hitting himself or something. Like, it's not everybody understands. So you have
Language.
to like let go of some people. And then I'm very particular about people that come into my life. I don't want people that speak anyhow. I want people that understand, people that are caring, people that know like the effect of their words and their actions. So I filter that whenever anybody, I'm trying to think about people like that. And also like it helps me out in getting a partner. Like, okay, when I'm looking for a future partner, like, okay, this is what I want from a person, that kind of thing. So I think it's just, I mean, I've not lost any friend yet, but like, I know that growing older, I will, like, not everybody will understand. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of. That social life. Okay, what can be done to make it better, apart from having people who we can entrust the care of these as siblings to. Do you understand? And maybe would sort of educating the environment some more help. What is it that we can do to help you all have a better social life? Yes, you're filtering people out or in and that sort of thing. But what is it that the environment as a whole can do to support your social circle, even for him, his social circle? Because there's no reason, I think, that he shouldn't have his own
True.
friends as
I
well.
feel like just making people understand this more. I mean, there's so many things that people don't really know about, like autism. Like they just think that okay, it affects like communication, but like there's so many things that you don't really understand, like that. Like most whenever I tell like my friends that okay that he has like sleeping problems, doesn't really sleep very well, and then the whole aspect of the self injury, the habits and everything, they don't really like speak about this thing. They just think that oh he can't probably talk, like he can't really like socialize, but like there are things that people don't really understand. I feel like we should hammer on that like more. So like that's one of the things that actually like scares me of like these things that people don't know about. Like if you
Mhm.
know, like okay, to make us like
So do you want to highlight those things? You want to amplify some of those things that
Okay,
people don't know?
I'm not sure people know about like the habits thing. So most of the time, like I said earlier, Toby picks on a particular habit and then it's not very it's not very healthy. From the bottle covers, I know the stress he used to go through getting those bottle covers. He will go out, he will pick them up from the floor, and then the one about the tearing of clothes. Whenever I tell my friends that, oh, I can't wear this that is torn, that kind of thing, like they don't know about that. They don't know about, I think people know about the self-injury part, but they don't know the reason why, like, they have meltdowns. They can't really control it. I've gone through, like, sometimes you get so upset at him that why is he doing this? But, like, there's a reason for why he's doing it. Like, okay, maybe the music is too loud or something. I've just gotten to know that, yeah, there's a reason for everything. So the meltdowns, the habits, the one with the food, they don't really know that, okay, this boy can't take like sugar. I mean, no, who doesn't take sugar? He has a particular milk, he has whatever, he has the gluten diet. People don't really know about that. And then apart from that, yeah. And I'm just really happy that now there are efforts put in place to like make people understand, especially this GT Bank annual autism program, why they're trying to like push for this. Like, it's very, very helpful. And then I know that there are some like children like TV shows that bringing out like autism. I think there was one, I can't remember the name. So now it's just helping people to understand as they grow older, like, okay, some people are different. They're not just with autism, like CP, Down syndrome. So just different things that people don't really understand that can, with now that media is our life now, like we can now try to explore.
Okay, that's good. So, do you think, looking even back, even presently, do you think that there are things that maybe your parents could have done differently, or your mom can still do differently, that would have helped you all to either understand the situation better or to just cope with your brother better?
I think my mom did a fantastic job. I'm very sure she told us about like Toby being different, but I can't really understand. I can't remember. So I think she did, but I feel like maybe just trying to understand that we also have our lives, because there's sometimes that like she will say you have to do this one, and then she not remember that, okay, like I have my own life. I can't like just be limiting myself because of my little brother. I can't say I can't go somewhere because like Toby is used to traditions, like, okay, he knows they're supposed to sleep in the house and I'm not there, so he'll have a meltdown. Like, of course I have to live my life. So I think young guys complain about that. So I think now she knows that, okay, our children are grown, like Toby just had to get used to it. But anytime like I'm leaving the house, she will tell me that, okay, you gotta tell your brother you're leaving the house soon, so that he understand you're not sleeping in the house today. So I usually just tell him. I mean, she did a fantastic job. The thing about my mother, she's just, my mom and my dad, they did really great jobs and everything. So yeah. And my mom is, anyway, I think I'm just trying to take out from her and everything. She's very sweet to my little brother, how she helps him out. I feel like she's his like favorite child, because every single he's always like, every time she's like, okay, Toby, what do you want to eat? She won't ask any of us, like she just asks like Toby. And anytime we're going to like visit him in school, she will go all out in cooking. That, okay, this one, I'm going to cook for my son, I'm going to do salad. And normal day she's just like, oh, our girls can take care of herself. But like with him, she's always like going all out and everything. So I'm just really like trying to be like her. Like, I know that she won't be there forever.
Able to,
Sorry?
but I said, maybe think about it, maybe because he's not able
Yeah.
to ask for
So
those
she knows
things.
that like he likes rice. So she's always trying to like explore. Okay, she's going to do fried rice, coconut rice. So she's just really trying to like make him happy. Because there are so many things that he can't really take like that. So yeah.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Is there something else that you would like for us to know, you know, in terms of how all of this has affected
Um,
you?
so I've mentioned the friendship part. I've mentioned like the future,
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I made. I'm so sorry. Okay,
No, it's okay.
I made a note about this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's good. Go through your notes. That's why we're here. So we leave nothing out.
Okay, so I don't know how many people are here. So just I would advise anybody to just like try as much as possible. People like us to just be close to their sibling because like it cannot always be easy, with everything that is going on. But yeah, I think it's just really try hard to like just be find that common ground. I mean, Toby likes to watch all these action movies that's just very weird. I mean, I don't like them, but most of the time I just download them for like both of us to watch. I know that he likes to sing, so most of the time I give him my phone to just listen to music. And I just really try, like just little effort and everything. I know that he has like, because he doesn't really have anybody, so that can help out. And then we should also try to like support our parents because it's not easy. I mean, like I've seen how much this has been so much on like on my parents and everything, financially, emotionally. Like try to support them. I mean, don't try to be like an extra headache. Like just be a good child and just try to like help out around the house, especially with his like therapy and everything. And then also talking to someone. I think it will help to like have this support group. I have a support group, Your Safe Space. I created that last year. So it's just like an avenue for like neurotypical siblings to like be able to talk. So last year I had so many issues. My brother's habits were getting so much and his meltdowns, it was so much to handle. So I had a friend I was talking to about it and it really helped me out. So I think that
Mhm.
everybody should have someone to talk to, someone that will understand. I know that like your normal friends will get it, but like someone in the same like space will understand that okay, this is it and everything else, like to help out, like just have someone that understands what you're going through to speak to. And then we should always see the lights in everything. I mean, like there are things that are happening that you might not just okay. Maybe if I'm focusing on the bad things, just focus on the good things. Like celebrate like small wins. Doesn't matter if he's doing all of these things. Like does something good, just celebrate. I don't know. Like there was this particular time I used to tell my brother I love you. Like I'll just say I love you, and then like there was a particular time he came back from school and then he said I love you too. And I was so like thought like you know that word, and then every time like we say it all the time that okay I love you too, and then he would so like just say that okay this guy just leave me alone. So I'm just try to just like just celebrate small wins and then just talk to people that understand how you're feeling, and then yeah, that's it mostly.
What I'd like to, I was just going to say, ask you the question, and then you mentioned it. The support group, because there are people out there you may, like you said, not your social circle would have definitely reduced, but you having the support, because of all that mental, the emotional, just a
Yes.
safe space where you can just, let it all out. Even if you wanted to cry, just go there and cry, bawl your eyes out, just have that support. And some cannot just be people that have siblings on the spectrum as well. Do you understand? I mean, sort of like when you have all these something like alcohol
Yeah.
anonymous or whatever those things are called, where people with issues, but there's usually somebody there that's not that's offering them or hosting that safe space. It may be an ex-person or somebody that knows and is able to
Yes.
bring everybody together, because I think that support for each other, like you said, is
Mhm.
really important. So that you're so busy worrying, helping parents out, and for some people they may not even be helping; they'll just be tucked away because they haven't come into that place where they're accepting of the situation or able to manage the situation or even think about themselves. So they do
Yeah.
need that help, okay, to from other people, external help, where you can, it can even be that you have somebody who you say, okay, do you mind watching my brother, or shall I bring my brother?
Yeah.
We'll tag along, something that includes them, just so everybody has fun and you can let down your hair or whatever it is. So I was going to ask you that. So I'm happy you brought that up, that you mentioned it. So it's important that you, the siblings, also have the support and the space that you need to just scream if you want, if you so
Yeah.
desire. So very good. So that's
Thank
noted as well.
you so much.
Do we have any brilliant parting words or something that you would, want to throw out there?
Um, well, to neurotypical singers like me, I'll just tell you that just hold on. Like, don't be worried about like the future and everything. Like, just continue to hold. Tell me Banket. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tell me Banket.
No,
So
it's okay.
just don't be. So just don't be worried about anything, and just continue to like try to have that relationship with them. Don't be worried. I know that the future might seem, especially if like you don't have a job, you don't have money, that kind of thing. So just try to see the good and then pray, pray. Like there's one thing I know, that God listens. Like no matter what happens, like even if like you just want to cry, just cry and then like mostly journal your feelings down. That will help me out a lot. Like, okay, I'm so upset to my brother, I can't really like say anything. I just start to like write down my feelings, because yeah. So pray. Instead, I'll tell you to pray as much as possible. Have a prayer group, have someone you can talk to. And then for people who don't have siblings, like that has autism and everything, like don't um be and be accepting. Like don't try to like make things weird. I mean, like I know that's like things that just happen, that be like what, like just try to like, it would be a lot to say like you should keep like control of your emotions and words and everything, because like but at the same time just try to make it easy, and then just try to like be supportive, and then don't ask really weird questions. If you see that your friend like has an autistic sibling, or whether CP or Down syndrome, just try as much as possible to just try to be there for them, and then just notice little moments when they are just off. That's what I love about my friends. Like they just know that okay, there's something wrong with them. Like she's not being like hyper self. Like just try to be a good friend to them. So yeah,
Mm,
that's just it. Yeah.
that's good. Awesome. Brilliant. So one thing you've already dropped on that my brain is working overtime on, and I'll think about it, all this support. Let me just see how, because I mean all the people that have come on and that sort of thing, there should really be someone. So what's going to happen is that when after the live and I share the video, I want you to go in there and type in you say you have a blog, and
Yeah.
then the books, okay? Just put the link in there, how people can
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
books, okay? When you put them in, maybe I'll then put it on top so it
Yeah.
doesn't get lost in the comment section. Just put it in there and I'll copy it and add it up. Even though sometimes I don't know with
Yeah.
IG
Can't
links,
complain.
they don't
Yeah.
they don't do links. Anyway, that's another issue. So very
Thank you.
well done. So thank you very much for sharing a little bit of yourself, your families, and we hope that we'll have an opportunity where all of you can sit down. And like you said, you started
Yeah.
something for siblings that I hope people will take or
Yes.
jump on the offer, get into it. So even if it's just two of you or three or something, to begin to just
Yeah.
be there for each other. You know what I mean? Just shout and do whatever you you have to, and then laugh, cry, hug each other, do whatever you have to
Yeah.
do in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And what I'm thinking of that's crossed my mind, I'll just let you
Yeah.
know. Okay. So thank you very much. I can see that it looks like Toby wants you.
Hi.
So yeah, I know somebody asked something about hi Tobes, about how is it disciplining? Did you see that, or
No,
was
I
it
didn't see
me?
that.
Um it's still around. I'm just trying to go through it. Is it okay? Is Jade's thoughts. How do you discipline an autistic child, or is it necessary to
Yes.
discipline? So, yeah, you can discipline, but the thing about it is that they sometimes they don't understand
Yeah.
what's going on. So it's only after you've taught them and we're sure that they understand, then you then can begin to discipline. Because sometimes what happens is that I've seen people that say, oh, they're disciplining the person and they're just beating them and doing it for something the individual doesn't
Yeah.
even understand. So that's really not discipline. Because they don't, for you to discipline somebody, they have to understand that what they've done isn't acceptable, or that there's an alternative way to respond. So that's what I would say about
And
that. Okay, when it comes to discipline.
and
But
then like
yeah, go on to him.
how to this how we do it for my brother. Whenever he does something bad, we use what he loves to like discipline him. I mean, he likes rice and everything. If he does something bad, like you're not eating rice today, you're not eating rice today, you're not taking chips or something. I know that it's very cruel, but that way he understands that okay, what I did was wrong. Because like we can't be beating him, like he might not even understand. So like just taking all the things
Mhm.
that he loves, like to discipline him and then just caution him. So that's one way you can
Mhm.
do that.
So always make you teach him. So let's say they break
Mm.
a glass, for instance. Okay, do you understand that glass, the value of the glass? They don't understand that the glass is broken. So they need to understand. So it's not just taking away rice and chips without them understanding the value of of just what happened of the glass and all of that. So that's where it comes, and teaching them until
Yeah.
they understand, and then
Yeah.
that. Okay. So very
Thank you.
well done. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Toyin, for turning up. Thank God that internet started behaving after a while. All this. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're losing Toyin.
Thank
But yeah, thank you so
thank
much
you.
for coming. All right,
Thank
thank you
you.
everybody for tuning in, and shall be back in 2 weeks for the second episode. Okay, so until then, thank you all, and everybody
Thank
stay
you.
safe. All righty. All right. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.